Scientists in Ohio can predict the next COVID wave even before the test results are in. They're doing it using science that is generations old and was previously used to track polio in communities.
Yeah, the method involves looking closely at material most of us get rid of without a second thought. Here's Chief Investigative Reporter Bennett Haberly.
Ohio State University is firmly footed in the 21st century. Students with smartphones pass rovers delivering food during a pandemic. But it is another technology that keeps campus, and the entire state for that matter, on the cutting edge of tracking COVID. Once our human waste is flushed down, it's being brought back up at wastewater treatment plants where the raw waste is being siphoned off, sampled, and sent here to a laboratory on OSU's campus.
I think that's enough.
Where scientists are using tiny microscopic samples derived from our waste to track the next wave of COVID-19.
Before showing any symptoms, if the person is infected by the virus, then the wastewater can detect. So that's why monitoring wastewater can be used as an early indicator of the population level human case number, because it's correlated.
So you guys can tell if a community is about to have a COVID outbreak before people start getting the tests?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Dr. Ji-Young Lee heads up the lab that is testing the raw wastewater. The process involves several steps, from filtering to adding reagents, filtering again. There's something called reverse transcription. The point is, a series of steps is necessary to accurately track traces of COVID-19 in human feces, which Dr. Lee says can have tremendous predictive capabilities, like which dorms on campus might have an increase in infections and need more testing.
So based on our wastewater result, we can tell that whether the population in that building has no virus infection, or if it's a high level, okay, a lot of people get infected, then we can tell them, okay, this is a hot spot.
That news came as a surprise to students we spoke to.
I didn't know that they could test it, honestly, like for COVID. It's kind of weird.
It's kind of weird to talk about.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they could do that with wastewater and
or
figuring that
the
all
idea
out.
that like what you flush down
Yeah.
Right.
is
Yes,
helping
yes.
science.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow. Yeah, that's really
I mean,
interesting.
The process isn't limited to campus. Ohio State's lab is part of a vast statewide network tracking COVID in wastewater. Zuzana Borarova is with the Ohio Water Resources Center at OSU, responsible for collecting the data and sending it to the state health department.
So the wastewater is believed to be leading indicator. That means that you see it in the wastewater slightly before you see the spike in the clinical case testing.
So even before the cases start going up, you
Yes.
guys would know that there's about to be a spike.
Yes, that it's coming up.
Emails obtained by 10 Investigates confirm this. Look at this one, sent by the Ohio Department of Health on November 23, 2020, to Columbus and Franklin County's health departments. In it, ODH warns that the latest wastewater results shows the highest levels to date. 6 days after the collection, COVID cases in Franklin County more than doubled. It happened again this summer in the earliest days of the Delta wave. This email, sent on July 12th, warned of a recent increase in viral gene copies at the Jackson Pike wastewater treatment plant. Cases the next week doubled again. Emails like these have continued to roll in. One of those alerts arrived here at Columbus Public Health earlier this month, alerting health officials that an increase in viral gene copies had been noticed at one of the local wastewater treatment plants. A spokeswoman for the Columbus Health Department said these alerts alone don't change how they tackle COVID, but she added, quote, "When we get an alert, our team adds this to the overall epidemiological picture to monitor and prevent the spread of disease." Zuzana was quick to point out that this is just one measure and needs to be treated as such.
You need to always take it in the context of your community and what's happening around you.
Ohio was one of the first of what has grown to become a nationwide network of 37 states and territories performing COVID tracing through matters most of us would just assume get rid of. In Columbus, Bennett Haberly, 10 Investigates.
10 Investigates just received emails showing that alerts were sent out to Lucas County health officials on October 25th and October 28th, indicating increases in their wastewater. Currently out of the top 10 counties with the highest rates of COVID, 7 7 are in Northwest Ohio.